on a very regular basis to amazing talents, people who make music, who put out content that just drives you crazy. And another cool thing is I see the growth of these artists right across all these many years, and today is no exception with the conversation we're going to have. But first of all, this is Thread Special, and it's called special because everything we do here is about finding that speciality where all these creatives are doing. So please send us messages on our social media pages, be a part of the conversations, questions, ideas, suggestions. We're absolutely open to every single thing. And like I said earlier on, it's about being special on here on 3 Music Television. And I have a talent, a brother and a friend who I believe is actually really special. I'm a bit mad at him because he never invites me to his music videos and he's got bare ladies in there. Rcee. You didn't expect that, did you? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, bro.
Bro,
I'm glad to be here, bro.
Yeah, you've been up to a lot. I'm very excited because we're talking off about your music, your growth, how a song you didn't expect to get where it is actually there. You actually had different plans, but in light of everything that you've been up to, the fans, the viewers have to get to know the man behind the music because you're still growing. You've been making music for a while now, right? But all of a sudden it's like, boom, Rcee's everywhere. So once again, if you know him, if you're now getting to know him, if you have, again, any questions, keep them coming through. Any forms of encouragement, we're going to show you how to find his music, how to get him on social media, and everything else he's going to be up to. Rcee, welcome once again, man. Is the real name Rcee?
The name is, so Rcee is from, one of these, those old stories. I was in high school, and we had a high school clique, like a rap clique. Okay. And we had the Rcee tag on everyone. So mine was Rcee. Let's say if you're Jason, Jason, Rcee this year. So that's how I got Rcee. So when after high school, mine was a weird name. It was Rcee Spare Me. If you understand?
Thank God you didn't keep that.
You understand? Yeah. So I had to just keep the Rcee.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I got Rcee, and I had to make my own interpretation, find a meaning to it.
Okay.
So Rcee means rich.
Rich.
It's like a symbol of being rich. Rcee.
So you've got the money then.
So richness as in every angle when it comes to money, when it comes to creativity, when it comes to personality.
Hard work, talent.
Everything.
Yeah, because it seems like everything you're doing is it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? And this from someone who's listened to your features, who's heard your music before even where you are now. But he said something interesting about rap. Did you used to rap? Because you said you were in a rap group.
I used to rap in high school. You see the high school pressure? Where when you're rapping, you're like the top guy.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. I could sing though.
Yeah.
But I had to blend in with the rap.
Okay.
After high school, I realized, no, that's what I could do best.
Yeah, okay. So you left the rap, so to speak. Okay, yeah. First of all, before you left the rap, how did music start? Because I'm hearing high school. I'm assuming it didn't start in high school, did it?
Music for me, I grew up in a home where my daddy is a real music lover.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a disappointed musician, sorry. He wanted to do music, but he couldn't further. I think he had different...
How do you think he's gonna feel hearing that? Like
he knows already.
Like my son said, I'm a disappointing music maker. What's going on?
Yeah, so he didn't pursue music because he had different things to follow.
Okay.
Yeah, so he used to sit me through music, reggae music, high life music, and that's where I got my inspiration. So I could even do those old songs when I was even a kid. Yeah, so I would say that's when it started. That's when music started for me, the love for music.
Okay, the love for music.
Started for me,
so no surprise today, him seeing you here.
No surprise.
No surprise.
And he's been supportive too as well. So
that's cool, man. Yeah. I'm sure you hear these things on radio and television. How did your daddy feel? How did your mommy feel? You know, being an actor, presenter, an artist. So it's cool to hear, you know, your journey is quite different with the fact that he knows you love this and you want to do this. But when did he find out actually you want to do this for the rest of your life, so to speak? Was it a conversation? Did he see your music somewhere?
I think it was a conversation. Okay. That's when, before I got to uni, it was a conversation. Because after high school, my full focus was on music. I didn't even want to pursue my full focus was on music, and we had a conversation.
But he must have disagreed with the fact that he didn't want to go to uni.
He did.
Yeah,
everyone
okay,
did. Everyone in my family did. Yeah, and I think it was good they did, because it pushed me, and that time I wasn't thinking straight, because I thought music is all I could do. But I think there are other stuff.
So you basically had no other ambitions. Is that fair to say? Like, I want to be a pilot, but music came along the way. I want to be a doctor, but
the funny story is, when I was in high school, it was different. When I was in high school, I had different ambitions. So when I was in high school, I wasn't singing. In my first year, second year, I think it was the third year, where I started doing these things.
The rap and all
that. Even though I could do it, but that's when I started doing it.
Okay.
And when I got so immersed in it, I decided not to even continue school.
Okay, so for someone who wants to make music,
yeah,
right? Now you're going to university. This is not what you really want to do, but family wants you to, so you accept it, you understand it. How do you decide what to study? Who made that decision for you?
What to study was influenced by family. The first time, like the first course I did was influenced.
Do you care to share what that course was?
I think it was physics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had
physics. Like, you're considering this, and the first thing is physics?
It's physics, yeah. You see, crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, physics. So, I entered the university with physics, and then I changed the course along the way.
Bro, I was talking to, who was I talking to last week? Who did biochemistry? My friend came to last week. And Romeo Swag. I just got it, Romeo Swag. And my producer just telling me, like, musicians, what's up? Because he studied biochemistry. Yeah. And now he's here talking about physics. Yeah. Are we just like smart?
For me, I didn't complete the physics course.
Okay.
Because I couldn't. In the first month or two, I had to change the course.
Okay.
Because I wasn't able to blend it with music.
Yeah, I get it.
It was very difficult. But yet still, I entered biological sciences.
Wait, so even after physics, which you decided not to do, you entered biological science.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I told you musicians were smart, Okay, so now you're doing this. I'm assuming it's still quite time consuming. Yeah. You have to be attentive because, you're studying all these other things. How do you do that and chase your musical dreams? Do you let one go? Do you carry on? What happens there?
In school, in uni, I had to let one go. I had to give my full attention to my books.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to manage the two, because one was taking the weight of the other, and I couldn't balance it. So I had to focus on one, finish with the school, and then.
Was that like an internal struggle though?
It was. I think it wasn't too internal. It wasn't too intentional to do that, but also with experiences that I had. And the situation at that moment, I think it was best to focus full time on the education.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm getting what you're saying, right? Yeah. But you're in a position where you're paying attention to your books, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But you're seeing other artists perform, they're making music, and you're looking at this, and I'm sure Rcee, because creatives, that's just who we are.
Yeah.
I can do this. Maybe even better than my friends, than my colleagues. Yeah. How was it dealing with that?
Yeah, so I remember my friends used to push me to jump on these whole week stages those times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they used to push me, but I felt I wasn't ready. Ready with a whole lot of things. And even that time, I was still busy, keeping myself busy because I was still honing my skills in the studio that time. I used to record a lot that time. And also I was writing for other artists. That time, yeah. So I was still kept busy.
So it wasn't completely pushed to the side, the music?
Not completely. But not to be in the limelight.
Yeah.
And also with all other resources that's involved, wasn't ready for me. Yeah, I felt that readiness wasn't there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to full-time focus on my books and also hone my skills.
Yeah.
Learn from people's experiences and all that. Yeah. So I think it was a good time for me.
Okay. Yeah. That made sense. That means you're basically preparing yourself for moments like these. Okay, so that happens, you go through the whole uni process, we get it, you're honing those skills, writing, recording. Now you're done with uni.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
Is it like a free fall into the music, or do you still think, okay, let me see what I can do with the books and then consider the music? How did that go for you?
So after uni, I think that was after uni, I released my first song, which was Made in Ghana.
Wait, how long after uni was this?
I think I was 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it like a year after school, 6 months?
I think that some months after school.
Wow.
That's when I released my first song, Made in Ghana.
Okay.
Because when I was in school, when I was about to complete school, it was still in talks. It was still in preparation because I've recorded like, I think about like 100 songs. Yeah. So the first song was out, which did pretty well. And the second song was out, which also did pretty well. And then another break came. Another break came due to change in management and all that. Another break came, which also took a while.
Okay.
And the next
so you had a management.
I had a management.
Was this right after school?
I think it was even when I was in school.
Or when you were in school?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get management, you're making music off the record label, but a break comes, which happens, you know. Okay. Okay, so that stopped your music a bit, is that fair to say?
The break stopped my music a bit. Yeah, it stopped my music.
Did it take a toll on you of any sort?
I think it did. And that is the result of what's happening now.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything that I went through that moment, when it was time for me to come up with an EP, when I wanted to make a body of work, I wanted to channel all that energy on that body
like the rage.
The rage on that body of work, you understand? So I was fully charged.
Yeah.
So I put the whole story in the first single, the first song on the EP, which is Blessing.
Blessing. Is it on all platforms? Can we get it?
It's on all platforms.
Okay, so please go and find Blessing and listen to the rage.
You understand? So Blessing was the first song on the EP, which had to put all that I went through on that song, that record. And the rest was more of my versatility, showing my versatility and everything that I had.
Okay. So that happens. I mean, after the break, the record label, but you're releasing this as an independent artist, or were you immediately on another label?
I was, so that's the blessing. So I was immediately, not too immediately, but immediately on another label.
Okay.
And that was through, after that label, I wasn't sleeping.
Okay.
Like I was still putting out freestyles.
Weren't you hesitant though? Because you have this experience.
Yeah.
Not too long after. I mean, there's some time you've learned from this experience, but you're going to something maybe not similar, but it's still a structured, entity, so to speak. Were you like, oh man, what am I doing? Like, shouldn't I take some time off? Was there fear, or were you just eager to work with them?
I never felt that way, because even the first management that I was with, we still had relationship. We still had relationship, even though we're not working as we have to, but we still had a relationship. But I was still charged up. I never had the feeling of, oh, how can I do? I was just trying to work in the means of anything that I have and however I can create. Yes, and that's how I also met the next management. Okay. Yeah, so I never slept. Yeah. I was still, if I cannot do a full-time project, then I can also as well do freestyles, shoot content, put on social media.
Okay. Yeah. How was daddy and family taking this though? Because you did what they wanted you to do for them. Yeah. Now you're full-time in music. Yeah. You're with a record and they know everything that's going on.
They know. They know
or sort of know. Because daddy's gonna watch this.
Yeah. So one tricky thing about me is people don't really know me that much.
Like you're mysterious.
Yeah, people don't know me that much. Like you see me, but you don't know me. You see me, I'll share some part of my life with you. You experience it, but you don't really know me. Okay. Yeah. So even my family, they don't really know much about the things I go through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't really know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I get that. That's interesting. That's interesting. Again, we want to be a part of the conversation. Send us a message on social media if you have anything to ask him. If you're wondering, or you're so intrigued by his mystery, send the messages coming through, and we're going to respond to as many as we can. So all this is happening. Yeah. How do they know though that you're actively in music? Do they just hear your music out there? Do they see your music videos? Do they hear you on features? Because you're working. Yeah. Yeah, you're working. How do they find out that? Our boy is on track.
The funny thing about family is when they don't see you on TV, they feel like, oh, nothing is going on.
Bro, this job in general.
Yes, when they don't see you on
it's like
TV,
you ain't doing nothing.
it's like, hey, I was watching this. I didn't see you.
Yeah.
Hey, the BGM, I didn't see you. The 3 music, I didn't see you.
Yeah.
You understand? And it feels like you're not working. Yeah, I think that's how it was for me.
Okay.
That's how it was for me. So calls will come. What are you doing after school? What are you doing? That kind of pressure.
Like you're lazying about.
You understand? Yeah, that kind of pressure.
Was that difficult to deal with, Rcee?
It's difficult. It's difficult internally, like emotionally.
Yes.
You get drained, but you have to be a man. You have to man up and move, make it work.
I like that.
Yeah, and don't feel like sometimes you feel like you have people to make proud of you. You have to make people proud. People feel like I'm proud of you, that you really actually got here. Sometimes it's not for yourself. It's for the people that have been supporting you, people that's looking up to you. So that is what kept me going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing all this. Before we get to the song that you knew was like a super big breakthrough for you, since we're talking about family, and I love the relationship with your dad.
Yeah.
How did they know that, our boy is not wasting his time? He's actually doing something. Because I think it's something we don't talk about enough, right? The people we love and how they might not speak about their expectations, but because we love them, we actually think about those expectations for them. It's like, I want to make you proud. I might not talk about it, but I just want everyone to say, that's my son doing something, right? How did they know that, he's doing something? Was it a song?
I think the first time I had a call from my mom talking about these things was, I went for an interview and I think they were listening.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I mentioned them in the interview and then they called me. Like, oh, that was a nice conversation.
Nice.
And also, when it gets to the point that you don't call them for some needs, you feel like, okay, maybe it's fine. You see, that's one thing. So I always I wanted them to get that feeling. So even when I was really, really tight, I would never call them.
Wow. Welcome to the club, man.
You understand? I would never call them so they know, oh, he got something going on.
How are you surviving? I mean, if you care to share, again, I think these things at times are important because there are people watching this who want to be Rcee. You might not know this, but it's like, I want to be Rcee so bad. But I'm dealing with these things. I don't know how to deal with it. But them hearing that Rcee went through these processes before these moments, like, okay, I can do it too.
Yeah.
How are you coping as a man, as an individual?
I think my strength as a man or as an individual is not being a burden on people.
Okay.
I think that's been my strength, and not telling people my struggles. I think that's been my strength, because anytime I'm going through something, I find a way out. I find a way out. I feel like everyone is going through everything. Yeah. So how do you make it work?
Right.
Because it can always work.
I was talking to my producer about the same thing last week.
Yeah.
This same exact conversation.
Yeah, because I feel like it can always work. Because someone has been there, you can also be there.
Yeah.
That's been my driving force. And also God, I'm very prayerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I always pray that my steps are directed.
I like that.
Sometimes I'm a man, I just have the intention, but if your steps are not directed, bro, you might end up somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. This might sound very dim, but sometimes when you have the mindset of, nobody cares, I just have to keep it, actually helps.
It helps.
Right? But accepting it is usually the problem.
Yeah.
Because you always have people around you, then you get to a certain, like, yo, adulthood is no joke.
Yeah.
Right? So for anybody watching this, who's going through like these things, with whatever dream you're chasing, it's gonna work out, but you just have to keep pushing. Right? And you hear from artists like this, whose pushes, brought them to these moments, are very, very important. Now, you're talking about like believing in yourself. How's your faith like? In terms of prayer and all these things, in your quiet times, how do you deal with these things?
I think it's good to always rely on a supreme being. I believe in God and I pray a lot.
Nice.
because I believe in God.
Nice.
So if there's something that I cannot handle, then the Creator can handle.
It.
And that's the person I go to
Nice.
if I can handle anything. So even with my remix, it's something that I manifested. The remix. 2019, I had no song. I just put on Twitter, I would want to feature Joey B one day.
Sheesh.
And then he retweeted. He quoted, but I had even forgotten about the tweet. Yeah. But when the time was right, I discovered that tweet. I showed to him, and he was like, "Wow!" And these are all things that work.
Yeah.
You won't understand. Yeah, you won't understand. And even before releasing my EP, there are quotes I wrote on paper, prayed about it, and everything I wrote on that paper happened.
It's manifesting, right?
Manifested. So you see, that is basically believing that there's something.
I'm sure when you get to some of those goals again in the near future, we'll see and be talking about, I said this is going to work out. I said this and it's working out. Okay, so with all of this, now when did you know that I have arrived as an artist? Because, we're talking about your family, them hearing you on radio, you having these quiet moments. For you personally, was it a song? Was it a performance? Was it you seeing an artist you look up to? What was that moment that is that, nah, I can actually do this for the rest of my life? Or was that years ago?
I think I've not really experienced that moment yet.
Wow. Bro, with everything.
I don't think I've experienced that moment yet, but what makes me feel like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life is that I have a lot in me that I feel like people need to experience. I have a lot in me. I feel like people need to really experience it. And the people around me who really believes. Some people even believe in me more than I believe in myself. Right? And that's what keeps me like, oh, this is what I want to do. Yeah, but I've not had that moment yet.
Bro, that's wild. Because a lot of people watching them like, what? We've had that moment for you. We see what you're doing.
Yeah, but personally, I feel I've not had it yet.
Nice one. Oh, but that's an interesting journey, man. And I also want to commend you and thank you, for sharing some of these intimate moments, because once you put it out there, it's out there, right? Again, you will inspire some people. Some people will look up to these stories because everybody's going through their own thing. So again, big ups to you for sharing this. But one thing is, your most recent EP is what, again, some people might say, this is that moment for them, the fans. Was that your first full body of work?
Yeah, that's my first full body of work.
And what year was this released?
2024, just last year.
Okay, so just last year.
September last year.
Yeah, I mean, on the cover, it's just you in a distance, right? Knees and Ben is on it.
It's on it.
Amazing is on it.
Amazing is on it.
Tell me a bit about the process that went into the EP, because it being what it is now and what the singles are doing now is very interesting. So what was the process like recording that EP?
So the EP was, we took 1 year, a week to complete all the songs.
What?
A week.
Wait.
Not to say it was an easy job, but let's say I had the vision already.
Wait, Rcee, so wait, you wrote the songs, had the beats, recorded everything in a week?
In a week, yeah.
Wow, how many songs?
It's 4 songs.
Damn, that's wild.
But not to say it's an easy work, but just say
it's not easy, but that's right.
You see, I had a vision already. Like it's something that I have sagged my mind for, I've prepared towards already.
Okay.
So when it was time to go to the studio to make it work, it was just flowing because I had it in me. Like it's something that I visioned. So it wasn't like now that I'm coming to pick an inspiration to. I had the inspiration, I had the vision, everything already. And Apia produced all the records. And Apia is like one of the first producers who really put me on.
Yeah, you work with him a lot.
Yeah, I was when I used to live in Kumasi. Yeah, when I was in high school, I used to record with him. That time I would be in the studio, do backing for people and all that. Even before coming to Accra. And
that's the thing, you write your own music.
Yeah.
You write for artists too?
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think about songwriting though?
I think it's part of the.
I feel like it deserves more attention.
It's part of artistry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think as an artist, it gets to a point you need other people you need inspiration from other people. Not big artists, not small artists, not like, you just need that inspiration, that collaboration to get to another phase. Yeah, so I think that's when songwriting comes to play.
Okay.
Because me myself, right now, I feel like I'm comfortable with what I have, but I may go to another studio, hear of another artist. I'm like, oh, Charlie, this guy is crazy. Yeah. Let's join hands.
So you don't mind anybody writing for you?
At all.
Okay.
At all, yeah. Even in the studio when I'm creating and there are people around, some people chip in.
Yeah.
And I work.
I don't know why it's just me, but a lot of people I talk to is like, oh, they wrote your song. Let me say, no, be you doing. But they write for Beyonce, they write for Chris Brown. The greatest artists of all time have people writing for them. So it's very interesting that you said that. Okay, so this EP, you know, it's manifesting, it's working. When it is done and you listen to the songs, do you know that, or do you feel that, nah, this is gonna go places? Or is it just one of those, let me just put this out there, because I'm asking this question, it's gonna lead into your branding, your image, your style, your music videos. I wanna know, like, when it was done, how did you feel?
Before the EP, I wanted to explore a lot when it comes to style, when it comes to artistry. I wanted to explore. So before the EP, I tried to be more versatile on the EP. Even though I had a certain story that I wanted to carry with the EP. So I wanted to explore artistry as well. So all the songs had different vibes. And when I wanted to shoot contents for the songs, I decided to explore as well. Not make all look the same. Try new things in the content creation.
Okay.
So even as a team, our focus was on Amazing. Because it is the regular Afrobeat, Amapiano.
That's the first song we listened to, right? Amazing.
Yes. It's a regular Amapiano song which everyone can vibe or dance to. Yeah, and then with private listening, people commented on Knees and Bend.
Okay.
Also, people favorited it as well. But as a team, our focus was on Amazing.
How many? So you said 4 songs.
4 songs.
Amazing, Knees and Bend.
Yeah.
Which other 2?
And She and Blessing.
She and Blessing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. In what order were they recorded?
Amazing was the first song to be recorded. The second song to be recorded was She. The third was Blessing. And the last was Knees and Bend.
Do you know why I asked that question? Because this happens very often. You know, there's that thing you talk to an artist, oh, I didn't expect this song to go far. You know, I just added it. You know, that was the last song. And I didn't know this at all. So I just like, let me just ask. Interestingly enough, the biggest song right now is Knees and Bend. Yeah. And that's like the last song recorded.
The last song
that's crazy. Yeah. And you didn't know it was going to do what it's doing right now.
Yeah. I expected people to love the EP. I actually expected the people to love the EP because I believed it was good.
Okay.
I believed it was good. So I expected the reception to be nice, to be just nice.
Okay. But it's more than nice, bro.
You get it. Yeah, it was just to be just nice.
Yeah. So people were gravitating towards Knees and Bend. They were liking it. They were liking it. Now, also, I want to know, how did you know that Knees and Bend was like super out there? Was it hearing it on radio? Was it seeing like the views going up on social media? How did you know that, nah, this song is going places?
How I knew was when some people I look up to hit me up on IG. That's when I knew. Because I knew that it was making the numbers. But when some people hit me up.
Were they also artists?
Yeah, bigger artists.
Do you care to share, or is that like
it's cool?
I get it.
Yeah, like artists that I've not met before.
Yeah.
I've been watching them since childhood.
Wow.
Then, they hit me. I'm like, oh, Charlie, I'm your biggest fan. I'm like, oh, okay.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So now Knees and Bend is going places. It's doing its thing. But as it's going, like I said earlier on, it's going with your fashion sense.
Yeah.
Right? People really gravitate towards you and how you look, aside from just the music. Like, I could probably watch your music video with no sound and I'd be glued to it.
Yeah.
And we have a video which is making rounds on social media. And this brown kind of top. Guys, check this out. We'll be right back.
You go feel like me, your dodo. All at the CB, one be my spec. Two girls like me, one could vex. Saturday night, it be bad girls bed. Sunday, man for run, go check.
Friday, the assignment, you associate and them. So I pull in the 4 wheels on them. Shout out too nice and link your friends. Don't waste my time, don't cross my lane, and chain. In the drop top, I break confirm. We go do this on knees and bend. She got all I want. Yeah. She got all I need. She got all I want. She got all I need. So fly, she been looking like 16. Or see me enjoy our big dreams. So if I'm taking, she don't wanna get a heartbroken. Play but she got it from within. With a nice bomb in begin. Say my dream from begin. Yes, I'm journey like Putin. Friday, the assignment, you associate and them. So I pull in the 4 wheels on them. Shout out too nice and link your friends. Don't waste my time, don't cross my line.
Bro, what's this top called? Because I'm going to have Kojo Trip, Elikem, Kosti. All these guys are going to wear it here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see, who else? Jay Foley, I know he won't even mind me.
I'm hoping I have a concert. I'm hoping to have a concert, and then this will be the fashion sense.
What?
For the concert.
Bro, how am I going to come to that?
Like you can manage with something.
Manage with something, right? But it's very polarizing, like the image and your branding. What do you want your brand to tell people who've never heard your music, right? I'm driving through town and I see Rcee's billboard, Amen, of course, right? Wherever, and I'm like, wow, that's polarizing. What do you want your image to tell fans?
I think I growing up on the inspiration of high life and old songs like high life, reggae, and all that. I believe I need to be very original as possible. Like anytime someone sees me, the person know where I'm coming from. And watching the high life legends, that was their fashion sense, and that's like a symbol, and it's very, very iconic. Their fashion sense is very, very iconic, and that is what I've been on. I always want to create something iconic, even in my music, in artistry, in everything that I do. So coming up with this, it's not something that I really had to come up with.
It's just you.
That is me.
Okay.
But I had to embody it.
Was that difficult though? Because again, it's quite polarizing.
It was difficult. it was more of first. I think, hey, when me shout, how people think, what people think, saying how people doing those kind of thoughts, But it got to a point I feel like, no, man. Man, it's fashion.
And how do you deal with any sort of negative comments that come your way?
Oh, I love it.
Like he's too different.
I just love it. I just feel like, hey,
okay.
Like that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So I love it. Because if I don't get those comments, I feel like then it's not working.
Yeah, but I can't wait to see your future photo shoots, man. They're gonna be wild. Okay, so apart from this, your music video too, let's get straight into Knees and Bend, man. It's also making like rounds, waves on social media, on media platforms. But the whole song had a very 90s vibe, or the content that goes with the music, had a very 90s old school, like the jeans are up, even the dance has that daddy lumba, type of feel. Was that intentional, and why?
Yeah, so one day video director hit me up for the video. We started communicating, and then we wanted to create something around the contents I've been creating already, which has the old vibes and all the dance and everything. So he sent in his treatment, and then we had to also chip in with our thoughts, and then we came up with that. So we wanted to create something around the knees and bend, which is like training stuff, like a gym stuff.
So it's training.
It's like gym stuff.
I see. So it is training.
Yeah, that's a boom.
Knees. Okay. Because I do a lot of knee bending when I'm training myself,
You
like
understand.
squat. Okay.
Perfect. You're a good boy. So you see, yeah. So that's how come we came with the gym scene and also create the whole 90s feel of the video. Yeah.
Bro, before we get to the video and the song and how well it's doing even more, Joey B, did you hit him up? Was there a conversation? Did he hit you up? How did that go, man?
So first I would say I manifested it.
Yeah, you said.
But how it would happen, I didn't know. I had no idea. Shout outs to Sarah. So we had a meeting with one beautiful lady who was interested in the song that much, and then he said, oh, if I want to feature someone on the remix, who would it be? So I mentioned some artists. He was like, okay, so this artist you've mentioned, I've had talks with this artist, and this artist loves you already, which is Joey B.
Oh.
Yeah, and I said, so it will click. So yeah, we had a meeting. We had a meeting with Joey B. And when we had a meeting, the reception he gave to me, I was like, yo.
Look at how he's saying it so casually. But that's a big deal, man. Like, that's huge.
The reception Joey gave me was crazy. I was like, wow. That day I was
So you said it to him, then he works on it.
I was starstruck at that moment, but I maintained my composure.
Right?
Composure and steez, yeah. So yeah, that day we met. That same day we met. That's the same day he recorded the song.
That same day.
The same day we met. The same night he did this. He did his part.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's been very supportive. He's been amazing. Like
Nice.
JB is like a.
Yeah, JB is cool people, man.
He's
JB is
cool,
like
yeah.
one of the coolest guys you'd ever meet.
Yeah.
He relates,
Very much.
and he's really super like down to earth. So
Very much.
I'm very happy for that. So the video shoot, when you send JB the treatment and everything, was he like, let's just go? Cause
That's interesting, cause I think I've heard things about Joey that he's a perfectionist. When it comes to his craft, he's perfectionist towards everything. So I always wanted to keep him posted on everything that we're doing. So anything I sent, he was up for it.
Oh wow.
Sometimes I would send him, he would laugh, he say, hey, you this guy.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
from the cover art to the concept of the video,
Yeah.
he was down to do
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Bro, I mean, these visuals, there's no way I would have said no, bro. There's no way I would have said no.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, it ties in with the song, you know, knees and bend, you're in the gym, beautiful ladies working out.
Yeah.
Wow. As to why I was in the video shoot, we'll talk about that off air. But the concept is really cool. From Martin Lawrence's series, right? The introduction. Oh, that was wild. It made sense, man. And you agreed with the concept soon as you heard it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See this
Was
guy.
shot by Native.
Okay. How long did it take you? Was it like in one day?
Yeah, we shot everything in one day.
Okay, in one day. And how's the response been to this?
Oh, amazing.
It's been good,
Very,
right?
very amazing.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very amazing. That's why I say sometimes it feels some way, but I feel like anytime I'm putting something out, I always meet my expectation. Yeah, how I expect the reaction, I always get it.
So that's a very but that must have been a really cool video shoot. So
All these were not scripted though.
what's he doing in the background though?
It wasn't scripted.
What's Joey doing? Like, what's going on? Bruh. Okay, so you guys so this happens, the music video is out there, response is great. For the rest of the year, what's the plan for Rcee? Because you're promoting this still now, right? I've seen you performing this song some places with beautiful ladies. This guy, I know he gets the ladies, man. Beautiful ladies out there. Is that the plan for the next few months, to continue promoting this song? Are we getting new music soon, a new body of work?
Yeah, so even before the remix, there were plans to release a new music before the remix. So that is what we're working on the next release, but also working on the promotion of this one, which is doing very well. Like It's
going good,
amazing.
right?
It's amazing. Yeah,
Nice.
it's amazing.
Bro, I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Let me ask you this: since you're so mysterious, what's one thing about Rcee nobody knows that you don't mind sharing?
Nobody knows.
Yes.
And I don't mind sharing.
You don't mind sharing. I mean, it could be a morning routine. It could be a food you like. It could be a place you like to go. Something you like to do.
Okay.
Maybe Rcee's married. You know, maybe. We don't know. You know, we're just fans. We're just fans talking to artists.
Something about Rcee that I don't mind sharing is, I think, this is a difficult question.
I had a feeling.
Very, very
Well, there
difficult
has to be
question.
something.
I think it will be that okay. That I'm an artist. Aside music, I also draw. I'm a very
for
good
real?
artist.
Wow, that's why you're so creative with your looks.
Yeah.
I get it.
Aside music, I'm a very good artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see how he played it safe. This guy's gonna be a politician one day, man. He's just gonna play safe, answering the questions the right way.
Safe, eh?
Bro, what do you want to tell fans? You know, people are getting to know you because, as I said, your brand is still growing.
Yeah.
You have more to do. You have so much inside you. I feel like you're yet to let out. For those watching, what do you want to tell them, man?
I think should I look in the camera?
Yes. Talk to them directly.
I think I'll say a very big thank you to everyone who's supporting Rcee, my team, my family, my friends, everyone. And as we had this conversation, I said, in everything that you do, keep going, just keep going. I'm a living testimony of that. I've always kept going, no matter what. And I love you for supporting Rcee. I have a lot to share with you. Stay blessed, stay logged in.
Nice. So where can we find you on social media, man?
Rcee Official on Instagram, Rcee Official on Twitter, Rcee Official on TikTok. Everywhere Rcee
So
Official.
just Rcee Official. Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie, thank you so much again.
Thank you,
coming
Jason,
through.
for having me.
I hope we have more of these conversations.
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear your new music.
Yeah.
You've got some amazing features, but the thing is, all your music is on streaming platforms. Okay.
Oh.
So as always, guys, please go on there, buy the music, support the artist. You're going to see his video on rotation here. Let's go on YouTube. Let's get the views up. His concerts, his performances, I've seen some of them, and he's really cool on stage, man. Again, with the ladies, of course. This has been Thread Special. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we promise you more insightful conversations like this.